former employee of the Bluebonnet Detention Facility in Anson, which has the second most COVID-19 cases of any ICE facility in the country, quit her job because of what she describes as unhealthy conditions.
So far, 111 detainees and 6 employees have tested positive for the coronavirus. 86 detainees and all 6 employees have recovered. K-Texas reporter Daniela Ibarra has more now from Anson.
The Bluebonnet Detention Facility here in Anson is dealing with the COVID-19 outbreak, and according to ICE's website, there's only one other facility in the country that has a higher number of cases.
I told everybody it's going to spread like wildfire because they're not making people quarantine.
Cheryl Eubank, who asked us not to show her face, says she's not surprised about the outbreak at Bluebonnet.
In the very beginning, I loved it. I loved it, but things changed.
Holding her Employee of the Month certificate, Cheryl reflects on the 6 months she spent inside the cement walls as a detention officer. She quit during the height of the coronavirus pandemic.
I wasn't going to go back because I was scared, because they're so short-handed that they can't quarantine people.
When the pandemic first hit, she says management didn't do enough to protect everyone.
We didn't have masks in the beginning, we didn't have gloves, and then the COVID got more serious, then they provided us detention officers with gloves and masks, but the detainees had nothing.
We reached out to Management and Training Corporation, also known as MTC, who runs the facility. They declined our request for an interview, but in a statement, MTC told us they are doing everything they can to minimize the risk of the virus spreading, adding the Bluebonnet facility has PPE. MTC says all 111 detainees who tested positive for COVID-19 were isolated, a statement Cheryl believes is misleading.
If they had symptoms, they were all put in one dorm. All the people, like right now, the ones that do have it is in a dorm, and they're not 6 feet away from each other. They just put them in there.
MTC says they are following CDC guidelines to minimize the risk of spreading the virus, including quarantining some housing units for new detainees at the facility and screening staff and essential visitors before entering. If any detainee feels sick, MTC says they can request to see the medical team. But Cheryl believes more should have been done much sooner.
I feel bad for my friends because I have a lot of dear friends up there, but I also feel sorry for the detainees because they're not getting the attention they need.
MTC, the company that runs the Bluebonnet facility, says they've had an adequate supply of PPE throughout the entire pandemic for both employees and detainees.